Hi everyone, welcome to Return Path. In today's video, we are going to talk about anger. In fact, anger is such a vast topic that one video will not be enough to touch upon all the layers of it. But today we'll try to understand the concept of anger and we'll learn the short and simple methods that we can implement in our day-to-day life to manage our anger in a better way. So what is anger? As per my understanding, anger is a reaction to our unfulfilled expectations. Our anger is born out of frustration, the frustration of non-fulfillment of our desires or expectations. Here I am not judging whether the desires or the expectations are right or wrong, but this is one of the main cause that we get angry. And when we get angry, our brain releases certain hormones which suppresses our neurotransmitters and which in return affect our physical and emotional response, and that is why we have seen that many times people lose their self-control when they are really angry. Anger is a very natural human emotion, neither it is good nor bad, but it becomes problematic if it leads to aggression and violence. And these days people are angry on everything. We are angry on our past, we are angry with our present, with parents, spouse, kids, co-workers, politicians, media. We are actually angry on everyone and everything, but at what cost? What is the final outcome? Think of a fireplace. The wood burning inside can keep us warm, but if misdirected, it has the ability to burn the entire room. Similarly, if our anger is left unchecked, it can damage our physical and emotional health. So irrespective whether you express it or suppress it, either way the anger is going to hurt us. As per my personal understanding, what I have come to realize is that anger lies within us. Let me tell you a beautiful Zen story. There used to be a monk, and while meditating, any distraction would anger him, and he wanted to control this. He decided to meditate in an isolated place, and what he did, he went to a lake, took a boat and went to the middle of that lake, and there he could meditate for a couple of hours without any distraction, and that made him happy. So this became a daily practice. However, one day while he was meditating, another boat came and collided with his boat, but in order to not interrupt his meditation, he chose to shut his eyes. After a while, that same boat hit monk's boat once again. This time he lost it. He wanted to give it back to the boatman, and in order to shout on him, he opened his eyes and he saw that the boat was empty. And in that moment, he got enlightenment. With this story, I also learned that we have a choice, that we give power to others to decide how we feel. It's very normal to feel angry when we have been wronged or mistreated by someone. But the problem arises how we react when we are angry. So let us look at some of the quick and simplest and the easy to implement methods in our day-to-day life with which we can definitely manage our anger in a better way. The most important thing is think before you speak. I know it's very difficult to think clearly when we are angry, but in the heat of the moment, we might say something which we may regret later. Our anger will go down, but those words may scar the other person for the rest of their life. So before you speak in anger, at least try to collect your thoughts. Then the next thing is time out and express calmly. You need to take a break when you're angry. For example, I have a deal with my 4-year-old daughter, and it applies to both of us. So for example, if she gets angry with me, she'll come to me directly on my face. She'll say, I am upset with you. Then she'll go to her room. After a while, whenever she's calmed down, she comes out and she asks, can we talk? Then we both sit together and analyze where we both went wrong or how we could have handled the situation in a better way. This way, what happens that we don't get into any argument, but we understand that where was the issue, what was the issue which actually created that moment of anger. And then we also apologize whosoever was wrong. So there's nothing wrong in apologizing. And that comes to my third point, that don't hold grudges. Forgive and forget, because life is very short. There's no point of holding grudges, and that also helps you to strengthen the relationship. Next, and a very important point, is backward counting. You need to practice this, because this is one of the methods that I also practice, and it's very useful to control your anger. So if you are, say for example, if you're angry for like a very small reason, start the backward counting from 20. But if you're really mad, before giving it back to the person, start the back counting from 100 to 1. Because what happens when you take the time to count backwards, your heart rate slows down. And when it slows down, your anger automatically calms. And you can talk to that person in a better way instead of, going mad all over it. Next is on a similar line, we have this method of taking 24 hours. Whenever you feel like giving it to somebody in anger, what you can do is tell yourself, I will give it back to him in 24 hours time. This 24 hours time frame doesn't apply to people who loves to get angry on road or with strangers, because I believe personally that if getting angry with strangers is actually a waste of our time and our energy. So use this 24 hours carefully to give it back to those people who actually matters. And in this 24 hours, two things will happen. Firstly, you will have clarity of thoughts and you will have clear points to put forward. And secondly, the intensity of your anger will go down drastically. So after 24 hours, you may not even feel at all angry and your reaction will be quite different. So keep this 24 hours frame, and if at all it is required, go and tell that person all your points carefully and calmly. And next, and the best technique is take a break. Do anything that you like, deep breathing, chant a mantra, anything that keeps you distracted from the situation. It could be relaxing your muscles, stretching out, getting out of the room, go for a walk, listen to music, anything that helps you to manage that moment and that anger. Managing anger doesn't mean never to get angry, because it is not very easy, it's not even possible. Instead, it is to learn how to recognize your anger and cope with it. And always remember that the anger lies within us. The more you are calm, the more you are able to control the anger. See, no one has ever won an argument by getting angry. Calmness is your most potent weapon. So learn to be calm. And next time, whenever you are angry and you want to give it to the person, you are actually mad, just think for a moment, is it your best move? And you will get the answers. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and in the comment section do mention your views, especially if you follow that backward counting practice. I come up with video every week. Till we meet next, stay happy, be grateful. Namaste.